Hey guys, what's up? It's Ryan TTM here, back with another video. I just wanted to get on here quick. I got 6 back in the mail today, so it's a good Tuesday. Been sending them out like crazy as well, though. So I mean, not too surprised, but there was a point where I was sending a lot out and not really getting anything back, so I was getting kind of discouraged. But now it's like, all right, my efforts are paying off here. So I got 6 back today, so I figured I could go through these with you guys. So we'll do number one. Assuming I'm gonna have some players that I've already gotten back before. See, I've been going crazy since I started. Once I get somebody back and I know I can just turn right back around and send them something else again, I'm just gonna do it. So, all right, this one, Little Rock, Arkansas. See if it's a new person or not. Oh, okay. I believe it's Daryl Walker, if I'm not mistaken, of the Pistons. Yeah, Daryl Walker. All right. So I did, for him, I printed a couple cards, even though, because I don't think I had any of him. I might have had one buried somewhere, but I couldn't find it. But I'm kind of shying away from that because I was just printing cards, thinking, well, it's something. But I feel like if I'm going to just print, I might as well do something like this, where it's like a photo. So that's just kind of something that I'm changing up in my process right now. I mean, I'm still going to hold on to stuff like this because it still has value. I mean, it's like a signed picture in a sense, but I'm kind of shying away from like printing cards because if anything, you would actually want the person to sign the actual card, and then this kind of gives like a false, you know, image or whatever. I could always do like, you know, some type of collage with it or something like that, but I'm leaning towards more finding like photos that fit in the envelopes, maybe that I don't have to fold or anything like that, because I just feel like that's more having them more worth them signing, I guess. Okay, so there is 1 of 6 today. 3 as well, so that's cool. He's a new hit for me, and I love this when I get my sticky notes back. It's the little note that I write to him. I love when they send that back because then next time I send to them, I don't have to rewrite that note to them. So that's cool. So there's 1 of 1 from Daryl Walker, former Piston. I'm sure I don't think he had too long of a career. I'm sure he played on some other teams. But all right, this one is Columbus, Ohio. Might be somebody that I've gotten back previously, but let's find out. Yeah, and there's a couple returns that I'm just still itching about that when I sent out from way like a few months ago. I'm just like really want them back, but you know, either way, TTM's a TTM, you know. So let me see here. Wow, this one's really, really in there. All right, must have been some big photos here. Let's see. Oh, I think yep, Manny Legacy of the Red Wings. So he's a new one for me as well. I got Chris Draper a few days ago. So here again, you know, I did do one card, but this is when I'm like starting to shy away from it and saying, you know what, I should just go out online, find some nice quality photos. So I got the Legacy here. There's usually the photos I try to find have like a nice space for them to sign on. There's some nice white area, or they could just sign on themselves, but overall the picture tone is a nice bright colorful type of picture. It's not dark because you want to have them have a nice area to sign that it's going to show up nicely. I actually sent to Robert Parrish one time, and he was gracious enough because one of the cards that I sent was blackish, and he took a gold Sharpie out and signed that one with that, but he signed the other cards with like a blue Sharpie, or so I thought that was pretty cool of him. So yeah, Manny Legacy. So if you'll notice here, I'm also lately I've been targeting like older players and Hall of Famers, but a lot of what I'm also targeting, well, I'm not even going to stick that back in there. That was pretty tight in there. Thanks for putting that in there, Manny. That was a little tight of a fit. Something that I've been targeting is my hometown teams as well. So Pistons, Daryl Walker, not a huge all-time Piston, but still a Piston that signs. Manny Legacy, he's pretty up there in the all-time greats for the Red Wings, I believe. I want to say too, because I've noticed so some of my hometown teams, the former players, they live like really close to me. It's kind of cool. I sent to another Wings player. He lives like just a few minutes north of me. in one of the towns. And then I believe Manny Legacy, the same thing. There's a club hockey team just north of me, and he's like their goalie coach. So I'm thinking like, wow, that's pretty cool. Like you can really get some returns for those folks. So yeah, here we go. This is number 3 here. Oh, let's see where it's coming from again. Miami, Florida. That's pretty cool. Just another tip that I shared that I picked up from on another video. So I'm starting to send out longer envelopes for my main envelope. This one coming back longer is because I hadn't started doing that yet. But basically, the trick is you have a long envelope. It can be a licked envelope or a stick envelope, doesn't matter. But then the one that you want them to send you back in, that one should be the adhesive label, not the lick, but the peel and stick, because it just makes it easier for them. So that was something that I thought was a really good point to be made. So let's see. Yep, Miami, Florida, coming back. Who do we got? Oh, cool. This one was really random. I literally was going through my old basketball cards, and I was looking for Pistons. And I'm like, oh, this guy, I don't even really remember him coaching the Pistons, but I was like, Ron Rothstein, I should check and see if he even signs. Sure enough, he had a hit recently, and then I found a couple more of his cards when he was the Heat coach, so I'm like, I should try to send off to Ron and just see what happens. And sure enough, I kind of wish that the Pistons signature would have stayed better, because that was the one I really cared about, but then he signed my other 2 Heat cards, so that's cool. New hit as well, Ron Rothstein. So today, the first 3 out of the 6 new hits for me. That's really exciting, because when you get a new hit, I mean, in my mind, I'm creating more work for myself. When I get a new hit, that means that I want to send off to that player again, or that coach, or whatever it is. So that is pretty cool. All right. So Coach Rothstein. All right. 3 more to go here. Where is this one coming back from? Really? No postmark at the top. That is really odd. I don't know. I don't know how you don't have a postmark at the top. Maybe this is the guy that lives just north of me and he just dropped them off in my mailbox. No, I can't imagine. I mean, if you've stamped the envelope, why wouldn't you just send them back? But, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, this was a Hall of Famer, John Buck. I don't know how he says his last name, but yeah. And that was another thing I started doing too as a tip. I realized, what does it hurt? So if I'm sending to Hall of Famers, I just simply say, hey, can you add Hall of Fame in your year? And this guy did, so that's really cool. I don't know if I sent him, I'll have to go back and look. I might have sent him 3 photos and he only sent me back the 2, but then again, it's the only 2 that I cared about, Red Wings, because he was big on the Bruins and like maybe another team. So, but if anything, I think that's what it was. I wanted to start off getting Red Wings stuff signed and then go from there. So cool. 4 out of 4 today. That's still weird that it didn't have a postmark. I can't remember where he lived, but I mean, that is just bizarre. Maybe that happens sometimes. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so that's so cool. The first 4 today that I've opened are all new returns that I've never received before. So that is pretty cool. All right. Number 5. Maybe we'll go for an all 6 brand new today. 6, I think, is also my record for one day as well. So let's see. Number 5 here, and coming from where? What in the world? There's number 2 also with no postmark return. Here is a new one as well. Gino Marchetti. I believe Hall of Famer, I want to say, for the Colts. Either that or so in also targeting Hall of Famers, also targeting older players, so he could have just maybe been one of those older players that signs. Just found some random stuff, like, so here again, cards, but I probably won't do that. But then again, some of the older cards don't really denote, like, upper deck or top. They just basically do kind of look like a picture with their, like, position and their team. So technically, yeah, even though these were actual cards at one point, to me, they just do kind of look like photos. And apparently this was some random serial insert. So that is really cool. So so Gino Marchetti, 5 of 6 today, 3 of 3 return. So older player. As you notice in the background here, Gene Shu, I got that in the mail today. That's the actual card. So that's another thing I'm doing. I'm just jumping out online, getting actual cards that I used to just print and have them sign, and now I'm going to send him the actual vintage card to sign, because he's a really good signer. Gene Shu, guys, by the way. Might have him in another one of my videos, but don't believe he's a Hall of Famer, but just, again, older player that signs, and you want to really target those guys. You really want to target, here you go, guys, hint, Gino Marchetti, look him up. Target the older guys. These guys aren't going to be around for long. Look at how shaky that signature is. That is dedication. That is so awesome that even at their older age, they still sign. But guys, I mean, I'm telling you, not going to be around much longer. So seriously, find some of those older players. Sometimes when I'm looking through lists, it's just about how their name sounds. Like the name that they have just sounds like Gino Marchetti. Who's naming their kids Gino Marchetti nowadays, right? So it's it's just a vintage sounding name. All right, so 6 of 6 today. All first 5, guys. First 5 were all new for me. That is awesome. A couple random who knows where it's coming from. So number 6 today is from Phoenix, Arizona, and awesome. Yes, Joe Caldwell, former Piston. Not a lot of I think he was a Pistons rookie, and there is not a lot of Pistons photos of him. I struggled. I had to find this photo that was like a historic site. So, yeah. 6 of 6 today, guys. That is awesome. That are all new for me that I can resend to. And then again, here we go. Printed a couple cards. I mean, Joe Caldwell just didn't. I don't think he was a Hall of Famer. Again, though, just older player. Piston too, targeting Pistons. No offense. I mean, sorry, if not Hall of Famer, it doesn't really matter. But I'm just so he I think had limited photos just to begin with. Like just in general, he didn't have a lot of just photos out there. So then I gotta have to do some cards. But I did find like this one really cool Pistons photo, even though it had kind of like a watermark thing on it. I'm like, still, that is pretty cool. So all right, 6 of 6 today, guys. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I finally got through a really good video here. Sorry, some of my videos are part and parceled. I'm going to do an unboxing too, again, a little later. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Really cool signatures. I mean, check this out. This is what I'm talking about. You get just a solid photo. Just find like a really nice, cool old photo. And if they sign it, that is really awesome. All right, thanks, guys.